Tabletop. Yeah.
We are now live on stream, guys. We didn't catch the whole combo, but it's probably good. Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Protectors of Gladria. Now I have renamed it as decreed by the gods. But I am your humble DM Tyler. We're back from holiday, and it was a very long holiday, and we're glad to be back. So, if the cast would like to reintroduce themselves here, we got some players here. We got some players who aren't here because they're still doing holiday things. If you guys would like to introduce yourselves to the audience, since it's been a while, like almost a month it seems.
Hi, I'm Voodoo. I play Cray, the half-orc monk.
I am Momac. I play the Goliath Artificer.
I'm Zach. I play Sanctus, the ASMR Warlock.
I'm JP. I play Fender, the Orc Fighter.
Right.
And
Oh, go ahead.
I am Sharif, and I ate way too much turkey.
And then we got Joey, being Jazargo, but he is using the restroom right now. But he will be back shortly. But without further ado, let's catch up some players and the audience of what's going on. So last week we kind of changed course of the entire campaign, where we redirected, kind of caught everyone up to date to where we meet 2 new characters. Those being, and I have notes, that being Rena, and a reporter for the God's Gazette over in God's Landing, who has acquired some magic from a book, and a artificer by the name of Artemis. Also, Rosto's in here. I just realized that. But nonetheless, you got those 2. We're just minding their own business in the tavern in God's Landing, where some demons and devils attacked. There's devils and demons attacks throughout the whole city, and everyone ran to the church for safety. However, only to find out that their death cleric was actually the son of... Oh, Joey should be in here now. Where the death cleric was actually in cahoots, revealing that the god of death is trying to throw in a coup. That is when those 2 characters are teleported, along with the rest of the party members from the other continents, in front of the gods themselves. The gods explain that evil has now infiltrated into the world, and to stop the ongoing spread of evil, they have to find champions of these evil gods that attempt to throw the gods. And thus they decreed the party the Protectors of Gladria. And seeing that 2 of the evil gods' champions are on the west continent, the gods teleported them to the west continent. They then continued where the west crew left off, fighting off against a bunch of bullywugs and even a froghemoth, rescuing some of the lizard folk from Shar's tribe. However, amidst the battle, Shar's brother died in the process. But you guys were able to overcome that, and you guys were able to loot everything. But let's zoom our focus elsewhere with Fender. Fender, you, along with Darhana, were basically left behind to make sure that no one tries to sneak up to camp, because that occurred earlier on. But nonetheless, and to make sure that the other tribe members of Sharva's tribes remained safe, as they were hurt during the battles when they were attacked by bullywugs. But, almost an hour goes by, nothing really happens. Darhana, you get the feeling Darhana's kind of an odd individual, but she does play a harp really good. But strangely enough, while you're looking around, all of a sudden you just see a bunch of hexes just appear right on Darhana. It's weird. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me, please.
Sure.
Yeah, so you could tell that these types of glyphs would be that of a hag, of which you aren't too sure. However, as these glyphs are going on around her, and as Darhana has this visible look of confusion and worry, all of a sudden a flashback hits you as some memory of yours is recalled. You were in a battle, along with some allies, it seems, wearing similar garbs to yours. One of them being some winged beast, some other creatures. But then you saw some weird individual casting spells while seeing these types of glyphs. And as you come back into present time, you just see Darhana just vanish. And as she does, you just hear a laughter, what seems like to be an old woman echoing throughout your nearby area. And while you are looking around or what have you, the party shows up. As I'll lay down the tokens here in a sec. But you have just figured this out. You see your party members. Some of them look a bit, looks like they've been in combat. Some not so much. You see the rest of the lizard folk come back along with them, with Sharif carrying seems like to be a body of, it seems like to be his brother. I'm just finding the rest of your tokens. Here's Sanctus. Here's Momac. Here's Forkatron. And I'm going to attach Forkatron to you so that you could woof him as well. Then they would just put the NPC tokens. But yeah, you guys are just coming back. It's late at night. However, guided by some torches and Sharif's crew, you guys basically are able to make it back in due time. And then we would just put Sharif's brother. And then let me just put a tag on Sharif's brother to indicate how dead he is.
Just in case we forget.
Of course. And yeah, you guys appear, and all of a sudden you just see a worried look around of Fender as he kind of looks around.
Were you attacked? What happened?
I wasn't attacked. I heard a voice, a laughing voice. Did you guys see anything on your way in?
Well, we saw spicy frogs, but
No.
we dealt with them.
No old lady or woman.
Well, no. But, are you getting crazy? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, friend. I'll just put one of my finger into his ear. Can you hear that?
All I hear is ringing.
All right.
Seems anyway.
Now you seem all right.
Have I noticed that she disappeared, right?
Yeah, she just vanished into thin air. You don't know what. All you know is that you recognize like the hexes on her were that of a hag. That's all you know.
Well, do you know what she looked like?
No, I don't. I recognize the sound, but it just all came back to me.
What did?
It was kind of like deja vu. I saw the hexes on her.
Hexes. Magic. No, it ain't good with magic, so I'm probably not the one to help you there.
That's magic. Jazargo, you deal with it. I'll go see the shaman.
Oh, are you? You know magic, don't you? I forgot you
Oh,
knew that.
you know magic, yes. What would I be looking at? Sorry.
I just remember seeing these, hexes.
Well, what were they like? Shape, colour, anything?
No, I don't know. But then I heard this, like old hag, starting to laugh, and then you guys walked in.
Well, I don't did any laugh, so either you're crazy, like Sheriff said, or me just mister.
Zardgo is just kind of looking, kind of with a thinking face, rubbing his chin. Can I roll a Arcana check to see if this is anything magic related? You know, pull it out of my brain.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. All right, 17.
So you do recall that, like anything mentioning of hexes, it's either one of two things. Either it's a female wizard, which sometimes they just throw in hex because, you know, that's just the culture of wizards for females, or it's something hag related. Hag magic, instead of your traditional incantations, they just do hexes as their version of casting spells and other strange magics. You know that their magic is unique and strange and weird. So other than that, that's all you really recall from as far as like what hags are or what these hexes mean or what have you.
With the hexes and the maniacal laughing, or, you know, laughing as you said, I'm gonna assume it's maniacal because, you know, that's the only good kind of laughing. I'm gonna say it was a witch. She put a hex on you. You ever wrong anyone in your past? Oh, yeah, sorry. But yeah, doesn't seem like somebody's on your good side with the hex and all.
Hmm.
And you're saying she just disappeared?
Yeah. 1 second she was here, and the ruins were all over her, and then poof, she vanished.
Well, I ain't too good at magic, but I've seen stranger for them. One time a witch took a coin from behind my ear. I didn't even know it was there.
Tyler,
Yes.
these runes wouldn't happen to be linked to those dwarven runes by any way, right?
What's your Arcana modifier?
+6.
Based on your based on your background, you know that dwarven runes and hexes are two completely different things. You know that they are languages of magic. As far as runes is concerned, based on your background, dwarven runes, you know, mainly grants like items and such. That's how you're able to do your gifts and create creations such as Forgatron. Whereas hexes, you know, is some strange witchcraft, it seems like. But their magic is more unknown and strange to the common magic user.
Figured I'd take a shot in the dark.
Hey.
I don't know.
No worries.
She's been kind of mysterious, has she not, Monet? She hasn't given us too much information about her pets.
Who?
Their
What?
home.
Oh yeah, dude. Sorry, bro. I was getting tacos for dinner. Yeah.
Food has corrupted the mind.
Oh, dude, I just
So good.
got home from school, took like a 4.5, 5 hour nap.
No, I don't.
Alright.
I don't.
Back into the swing of things now.
I don't remember Darhana telling me nothing about her past. She was always scrambling around for money though, playing songs. What a weirdo.
She's
I
yeah, offbeat.
always
Not
do.
She is
Yeah.
really strange. I think whenever you mention your past, Womack, I always hear her say like, "Oh, you too." So, do you think Darhana's wanted? Says Sword.
Oh, that could be cool. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Cool.
She could never really get honest work. She was always scrounging around for money from people. Like, she was always, you know, diving into the wells and stuff. What a weirdo. I would never do that. It was her, right?
Yeah, absolutely her.
Alright. So, we go to Sharp. While this conversation is going on, we go to Sharp, and you're with the chief. You say anything to the chief? Or your
Don't
shaman,
eat
excuse
him.
me? Don't eat him.
Don't eat him, please.
Hey, shaman. Can
Yeah.
you resurrect my brother?
I could try. Give him to me.
Here.
Alright.
As I dump the guy right in front of him.
You do so. Let me detach. Alright, so you see Shaman try to cast some magic upon your brother, and you see that he is doing the spell and everything else. However, when he tries to do it, your brother doesn't seem to come back to life. And he says, with a sad expression on his face, your brother is now gone with the rest of the tribe. in the great beyond.
Well, I will take one of his scale, and I'll go gather some wood for him.
Okay.
I will help him gather wood.
All right. You two, throughout some course of time, successfully able to do so. In the meantime, Rena and I forgot Rasta's new character name. I keep forgetting. Artemis decide to just go into the bunks for the night and just get some rest. After that encounter.
Is anybody here a cleric? Can we just like beg the gods to bring him back to life?
Pretty please, can you bring them back?
They just shipped us here, bro. They owe us one. Bring his brother back, man.
At this point, Flynn says, "I'll keep a lookout, see if there's anything weird going around." He grabs a torch and he has in one hand and a pistol in the other, and he kind of like stands guard over here. All right.
Do you happen to want a watchtower by chance?
Not really. I mean, besides the trees, there's nothing really tall. I got over here, and plus you're getting wood at the time. So.
All right.
Anything else would you guys like to do as Sharif and Momac go and grab wood?
But I never butchered those bullywugs for all the meat. How many did we kill?
I think like 8 or 10.
And then Froggy, I'll do the math on the meat. Don't worry about it.
It should be plenty to feed both the tribe and you guys for the night. So.
For the year, you mean? For every other session ever? I'm just gonna have to label the bag of holding meat bag.
Alright, so you guys are just sitting by the fire? Okay, that's my answer. Alrighty.
Yep.
After some time has passed, Momac and Char bring back some wood. What do you do with set wood, Sharif?
Well, I'll just pile it up as high as possible, and throw in my my brother on top, and make a giant bonfire with him.
Alright. You do so.
Wait. Before you do that, can I like break him down or something? I mean, come on. Those are
You want me to bite you?
no, but
That's
those are wasted materials. I think he'd be happy to do it for that cause.
I repeat my question. Do you want me to bite you?
No.
There you go. You have your answer. I'll give you one of his scale, as I just take one of his super small scale and give it to him.
What was your brother's name? I would treasure this. What was his name?
His name was Gray. It was Gray because of his scales.
Gray. Which is just Gray.
But yeah.
At this point, the shamans say some oath sayings as the fire goes about. Everyone comes up, pays their respects, press F to respect.
Yeah. Sure of, sorry to see what happened to your brother. Great shame.
It's okay. I still have like a dozen others.
Wow.
But we come in batches.
Like cookies, yes.
As long as you're not, you know. Yeah. As long as you're good.
It's okay. He fought hard, and we got the shaman back. And I don't know who wanted, but the shaman is good at looking in the future.
Oh.
Who was it that wanted his help about finding the bad guys were supposed to hit really hard with the big stick?
What's that? Yeah, no.
We'll ask him later. I'm
Alright.
sure he has some shaman mushroom and shaman water to help him.
I get the frog king with tongue. Nat 20.
The shaman finishes saying his sayings. Then he goes to his tent, comes back over, comes up to you, Shriver, says, Shriver,
Yes.
you did good today. But, unfortunately, your brother died. We were gonna make this armor for him, but since he's dead, we figured you might be better use of it.
But I was smaller than him.
I just went in there and fixed it, only adjusted it a bit.
Okay, I'll take it.
You see that this armor gives you is like a combination of spikes. It seems like to be carved bone that is completely spikes that you could pretty much put all around your body. It's kind of like an equivalent of like hide armor, but instead of like fur and what have you, it's just bones and spikes. You can tell they're real crafted, and it has some language stuff on it for that. I can't speak. But it has some sayings and what have you on the armor. So you're given bone spike armor, which is a custom item. So you better take notes on this.
Give me a sec.
Give me a sec. Let me pull up my Microsoft Word.
Exactly. Yeah, I have the advantage of having it. Might as well use it.
That's true.
So,
Typing.
Yes.
Typing. Alrighty, so statistics wise, it is treated as if it were +2 hide armor. Whenever you rage, you get 15 temporary hit points every time you activate rage. And on top of that, equal to your proficiency bonus, you could decide to add a d4 of extra damage whenever you hit with a melee attack. And you can do that equal to your equal to your proficiency bonus per day, and you could and that happens every long rest. So cool.
Yep.
Awesome. So you're given the spec armor as you don it. But needless to say, what is everyone else doing throughout the rest of the night?
Frying frog meat. I have 120 pieces.
Sure. Frog is for dinner, so.
You want some?
Of course
Everybody
I'll
want?
take some.
Y'all want some frog meat? Who wants frog meat, bro?
Oh yes.
I love them frog bait. I don't know what happened.
Did you get
No.
the spicy one too?
I don't know. Just eat it. All right.
Preferences.
Eat.
But
6 people.
I don't think everyone can eat the spicy ones.
Oh, they'll eat it.
Oh, I'm sure I can.
We just
I
have
got
3
iron
people
gut.
there.
I'll
Okay.
give it a try.
All right. Frog meat for everybody. Get all 6 pieces.
Alrighty. You guys spent the rest of the night eating frog meats, discuss about the events of what happened, as well as trying to get to know one another. Flynn comes, eats, and then just goes back on watch. Seems like him, along with some of Shar's tribe men, are gonna be going for taking turns doing the watch and what have you. It's the next day, and you all benefit from a long rest.
Thank you.
There. That's
Hey, hey, Sharif.
Yes.
You know that armor you just got?
Yes.
Could I see it for a second?
Well, you can, as I just put my arms and make a T-pose in front of you.
Can I do like perception and things? See if I could upgrade it. Maybe.
Make an intelligence check.
$19.
So, based on that check, you could possibly upgrade it to +3 and maybe give it some additional effect. However, there is 2 things. First off, what languages do you know?
Abyssal, Common, Draconic, and Giant.
Okay, so good news, you know Draconic, which is basically what the symbols are. So you just need to carve some sort of Draconic in it. You know that the Draconic that is carved into it is something like being strong and attacking fiercely. You can upgrade it to a +3. However, based on the structure of the armor, it is very fragile and delicate, so there could also be a chance of you just destroying the armor too.
Well,
But it is possible.
I'm pretty sure I have a plus 12. So, doubt that'll happen. Sharif, you want to let me try?
No.
Alright. Anybody else?
That will require me to remove it, and I'm not removing it ever again.
Roll sleight of hand to steal his armor.
From my back.
as you guys gathered around, Rena looks around and says, "Hey, did anyone see Flynn? I haven't seen him today." At this point, this lizard folk comes in and says, "What, human with big shiny rod thing?" Rena goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, he said he saw something in brush, went to investigate, never came back. We then checked out. We followed his tracks, led to river. No signs, but there was boat. The boat you guys came to this part of the continent on."
So you just let him go?
By the time we found river area, there was nowhere else. We were too far away from camp. We came back.
You didn't tell us?
Yeah, we're just now here.
You guys were asleep.
That's our friend.
I think you should wake us up next time.
Hopefully there is no next time. Can you show us where he was when he left? I know we just met him, but people going missing is not a good thing. That's 2 people in one day.
He then says, as I'm trying to think dialogue, as the shaman comes out, it's hard coming up with dialogue. Give me a second. He says, "We could try to find tracks. Let's go find them."
How can you find tracks in the water?
We meant on the ground, and he taps his foot on the ground.
You know, I am not very good. I cannot do very well in the nature aspect. So if anybody else is,
I'm definitely gonna try with my friend. I ain't just letting go.
I have a plus 6 in nature, so
I'm plus.
This would be a survival check to trying to find and track them.
Then
plus 4.
Well, I'll help with searching.
Alright, so can I make a survival check at advantage because he's helping me?
Sure. Go ahead.
That is a 10 and a 20. Dirty.
There you go.
Alrighty. So, I'm gonna have to change the maps here in a sec. I gotta add some tokens too. Oops. Here, I'll have 2 lizard folk. So with the assistance of who was helping Momek out?
Yeah.
Who?
Cray.
So as you and Cray, along with the lizard folk, are trying to find the tracks. The tracks lead all. You see, his footprints clear as day. He is a human after all, so they're not hard to find as far as what's what. The lizard folk do let you know that they disabled the traps. But you get up to here, and then see here. See if I can do that trick that you pulled, Zach, in that other game.
select all move.
Yeah, so you guys get up to right here, and then all of a sudden, tracks lead to a dead end, and the lizard folk kind of smells it. He goes, "What?" And he kind of smells it. He goes, "Tracks are here. Went that way." And he's pointing to this direction. He goes, "Where tracks?" "I don't know. It was here." And these 2 lizard folks are kind of arguing with one another. But you do see that the tracks lead up to a dead end in the middle, which is quite strange to say the least.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if perhaps a portal was used?
You have a plus 6 modifier.
Yes.
You don't sense anything magical in this area.
And there's nothing survival?
You could try another survival check, but I need to know what everyone else is doing while this is
Can
going on.
I take a perception check just to try to find elsewhere? Like any other type of thing, like, not tracks, but like something else.
I need you to be specific, please.
Okay. I had an idea, but then I lost it mid-sentence.
Sounds good. If it comes back, let me know.
Perhaps cut tree branches, like if it's like a thick
Yeah.
jungle, cutting through the vines and like.
Or
Yeah, like
do we
off paths.
do we see any like animals to talk to?
You guys do not see any nearby animals. But if you guys would want, you guys can either make you guys could make a survival check, individual ones, or you could try to make perception checks. So then we'll see how good or bad the group does, and go from there. While these two lizard folks are arguing with one another of losing tracks.
I'll have Forgatron make a perception, and I'll make a survival.
I
Sure.
just got a crit on my perception check.
Noise.
And
See how everyone else rolls.
We have
Forgatron
14 on
got a 10,
perception.
and then 15 on survival, and Forgatron got a 10 on perception.
Okay.
Oh yeah, 23.
Alright.
Nice.
Nice. Majority succeeds. So, I'm trying to see who rolled high here. So you were doing the survival check, Momac? Just want to be clarified.
Yeah.
Alright, so Momac, Sharif, and definitely Sanctus. You guys are basically investigating the area, trying to see if anything went awry. As you do, you all three came across like this threshold over here, and as you do, you see that there's like, it looks like some effort was put into covering some tracks. But Sanctus, you take a closer look and you critting. You get the feeling that this was done very expertly, like only a master hunter or someone of that specialty could be able to cover up their tracks. But as soon as you look onto the tracks and uncover what's there, now the footprints has gone away. You know that there was effort to make covering some tracks
Would-
around.
Does it look like he covered his own tracks, or does it look like someone else may have like covered his tracks?
Because you made a natural 20, this is clearly done by someone who would be very skillful. Whether that be Flynn or someone else, you aren't too sure because you haven't known Flynn of that long of a time. But Sharif, you did know Flynn for quite often, and he is quite an expert on like lock picking and jumping and maneuvering and what have you. So it would make sense for your mind to say like, oh, he covered his tracks. Makes sense.
Would True Sight help me out here at all? If I use the Gem of Seeing?
You try to use the Gem of Seeing. Now, Seeing lets you see through objects. However, like tracks are merely just smeared and what have you, expertly smeared to where like it's almost unrecognizable. But as far as like your seeing eye goes, that's what you can gather.
Think he decided to leave the group.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Well, guys, as I turn towards the other, guys, next time we see him, remember me to eat him.
we could at least let's talk first. For action sometimes, but I appreciate. I like the up and go attitude.
You don't run away from being my friend without saying to me that you're going away.
So you eat your friends?
Yes, that's the
You wouldn't.
greatest honor I can give them.
I
You wouldn't
step
do
a
it
few-
to me, would
few
you?
steps back.
we do that. Your tribeman comes there and they will say, yeah, one time we ate tribe member for stealing food. He was being coward not to say stuff, so we ate him for lunch.
Yes.
Well,
I just like side eye and look at Momac. They're like, what did we get ourselves into?
you don't gotta worry about anything if you just stay his friend.
I will.
You
Yeah,
just have
absolutely.
to not. You just have to say goodbye without going away.
Understandably so.
Unless you are captured, then it's another story. If you're
That's what
captured,
we
you're
do,
still
yeah.
friend. It's not you decided to go away. It's someone else.
We'll see if that's the case, and then we eat him. If it's not the case.
Good.
Alrighty.
Did you just say we eat him, or?
I mean, you don't gotta join, but I'm here with Shari.
All right. Oh,
I-
understandable.
I
I'm
toss
not
each of
gonna
them.
go.
I'd like to toss each of them a piece of meat to pacify them for a minute. Probably all it'll last for.
Alright. At this point, your tribe member says to Sharif, he goes, Sharif, Shaman wanted me to tell you something while you guys are out here. He wants you to keep continuing doing your quest and then return to tribe.
Well, I do have a lot of job. But you two! You guys need now to erase all of his traces so it doesn't lead back to the camp.
We were gonna do that and turn on traps.
Yes. Give me a snack from the bottom of the pit now.
One of them reaches up to you and tosses you like a pretty chunky rat that is still alive.
Nice. Oh. I just eat it all without biting. Good.
You
now
do so.
Good. Now we're good to go on adventure.
Yeah.
Alright. So what's our next destination, people? You helped me with my tribe. Now it's my turn to help you.
Anybody have a map? Where the hell are we?
Yeah, where? I mean, yeah, we have no clue where we are. We just got teleported over here. Sharif would probably know where we are best, right?
Yeah, we're in the middle of butt fucking nowhere.
We're in the Oakland Forest.
Sora says, yes, my tribe lives here.
How do we get out? Get me home. I don't like this continent.
I miss the city.
Yeah, I miss
shitty.
I miss the cold mountains of my home.
I don't like cold.
Well, you're cold blooded, so.
But there's a settlement not far from here.
Where?
Yeah.
Can you take us?
Sora says, yeah, I think it's Lock Cutter's Ridge, I think. Right?
Yes.
It would be a couple days there. Plus, my tribe will be on the way.
Okay.
I can easily get you there.
Wait, me?
Well, everyone. You want to go there?
Yeah.
Alright. Sheriff literally turns around 180 and start moving.
Alright. Sora follows. And then your tribe says, good luck, Sheriff! And then they go and start to activate their traps. Alright. Can I have everyone roll a d12, please?
D12.
For see if there's random encounter.
That is I got a 6. Crit.
4.
2.
Again, 8.
Okay. No.
Alright.
We can roll a little bit of the sand, please.
7.
Okay.
5.
Very different, so it's basically a 50-50. Okay. You guys continue to follow the track throughout the remainder of the day, and nothing happens. You guys walk along the Oakland forests, and you guys can roleplay conversations if you like.
Alright.
Otherwise, we can move on.
Well, who had the map? What was it, Cray?
Sora, right? Or does Sora just know?
Sora just knows because he's from here.
Yeah, we're following tracks.
That and let's be honest, Sheriff doesn't know how to read. The map is pretty useless for him.
Give him a map. He holds it upside down like, yes.
I would just follow. In my gullibility, that Sharif knew where he was going.
Yeah. No.
Well, I know where I'm going.
Where are we?
Forward. Where? Yes. You point to north
Forward.
for me.
Yeah.
As Sheriff points directly south.
He's just like a bird. He has a inbuilt compass. It just
Backwards
flip flopped. Yeah, it's flip flopped. Yeah.
Just knows.
All right, I'm gonna keep walking in this random direction and hope I get to the town.
Alright.
Don't worry, I know where I'm going.
Sure.
Cray.
Yes.
Pray.
Cray. as you guys are continuing traveling down up the North Oakland Forest, you realize that like the sun's setting, so you are kind of looking around, trying to see if there's anything, any place that you guys could set up camp for the night. And your ears catch the sound of orc music in the distance.
Oh, suspicious.
Ooh.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me, Cray.
Perception.
And I'll give you advantage because you're from this.
Oh,
area.
thank God. Oh,
Does this sound familiar?
my fucking lord.
Oh my god!
He has too good of a song in his head.
So you guys see Craig stray the path towards the music, and you're like, "Hey, what the hell is Craig doing?" So you guys kind of follow suit. Then Craig, you just lose the music. You're like, "Oh, I just heard it." And as you guys kind of catch up to Craig, it's pretty apparent that in the distance, about a few feet away, as I pull up the map, seems to be some orc encampment.
Oh, that's a lot.
This is a bird's eye view, so you don't see anything going on inside. But all you guys are like somewhere in the midst of the forest, like right around here. So that's why I haven't put your tokens on the board yet. But you do see what seems like to be 3 orcs standing guard at the entrance, all looking basically similar attire to what this picture of their profile intends.
That is a lot of buff orcs.
You don't see anything inside, though. Do keep in mind. You just see these 3.
Yeah.
So, Trey, what's your plan? Are we doing the I'm the bait again, or you're trying to talk with them?
Well, we gotta hold on, because if this is what I believe it might be, we might just be able to stroll in there. Just do not stray far from, me or
So we're
Thunder. They don't take on to others.
talking. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a sizable one, and last time I checked, they could be, like, at hill, basically.
Well,
Sure.
I'll let you handle this. Is there one of you that have a big piece of cloth?
Piece of what?
Some sheets.
I
Shit.
have a tent.
Well,
Look at how
I need something to hide my scales.
you don't need to hide.
Oh yeah, I might need to hide here if you want to talk.
You have, like, bad going with them, or?
I might have hunted a few of them.
Oh no.
Well,
Can I make like a survival check to grab like leaves and make like a little leaf cloak?
It's pretty.
I got a bed.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Sharp, you being a lizard folk, you can basically craft like some sort of like coverings based off of leaves and vines and what have you nearby.
I'll just roll in the mud, then go and roll
Sure.
myself into dead leaves.
You do so.
And come back. Yeah.
Sure, that'll help you. You're not gonna start nothing, or?
But I won't attack them unless they attack you. And if they attack you, I'll eat them all.
Well, I'm sure that won't be a problem, but at least I hope. Everyone just again stay close to me, and Fando will be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. So, what's the plan here, guys?
Craze is gonna come out of the shrubbery and attempt to make contact with them.
Anyone joining Cray?
Oh, I'm right behind them,
Sure,
Okay.
I'll have my hands up
like-
to.
shadowing him almost.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go up as well.
Yeah,
Sure.
flanking him.
I'll have my
Yeah.
hands up to show no aggression. Please don't kill me. So we have another wanted outlaw movie.
No, what? Just
Sharif.
Does it look like, what are they wearing? Am I wearing the same type of clothing.
You're not wearing the same type of clothing as they are. They are wearing clothing similar to how these images are depicted.
Okay.
But I'll get to you in a sec. I'm just putting everyone's tokens down here.
Can I make a perception check to determine which of the orc strongholds this is?
Give me 1 second. I'm just putting everyone's tokens down because there are some instances where you don't have to make checks just because you're an orc.
Perfect.
Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. Yeah. Oh wait, I forgot sword.
There.
Alright. So, are all of you coming out of the brush, or is it just Cray, Fender, and Shariv and Womack?
I'm gonna go with. I want to.
Yeah, I think a show of numbers is good. A little bit show of power. There was power, right?
Sure.
Alright.
So we don't put our foot in our mouth. What are we coming up for? Yeah, what's our plan?
What are we doing here?
Well, I don't know.
We
Show
stopped
it
with
up.
You guys have yet to reveal yourselves yet, as you guys are just talking and planning in front of you.
So we're gonna be here, get some supplies, see whatever we can get. Information. We're quite lost. I'm gonna share that now. We were lost.
Right,
So, map, probably some. Well, we don't need food, but just anything like that.
We were not lost. I knew where I was going.
Well, I'm gonna say I was lost because I don't know. So we're going to get something, then hopefully not have to fight none of them.
member of the same species. Ladies first, please.
Ooh, I don't know.
Same species members first, please.
Well, you're the true blood, so before you.
Sheriff, can I have a rat from your bag?
Yes? You want a big one or a small one?
Do you have 3 small ones?
No, I only have 2 and a medium one.
Well, maybe we give them each
Frog?
a rat.
I can give
Or
frog
some,
meat.
yeah, frog meat
Alright.
as a peace offering.
They do
Alright.
like food.
You wanna go in, guys?
Okay, let's go. I'll take a point. If someone is a bit too nervous, I'll be the big one here.
Can we all agree not to bear our weapons at them?
Yeah.
Alright, you guys can move your tokens and what have you. Alright.
Hey, don't kill me.
As you guys approach, you hear, "Stop!" And they see a half-orc and a orc in your guys' stead. You are putting your hands up, Mac, I presume. And everyone's just kind of like going up to them. And in Orcish, both you, Fender, and anyone else who speaks and understands Orcish says, "Why are you here?"
Alright. So fine. We're not here for to harm you. We're not here to any of that.
There's many of you.
There's many of you.
Mm.
So, I believe we're fine. You guys can handle, 10? I bet you can. But listen, we're a little lost in these woods. We need some supplies, water, map, and that's what we need.
What is your persuasion modifier?
Persuasion, my charisma, that's a -1.
Do any of you want to say anything else, or?
Can I help him by looking very weak and defenseless?
Performance.
Fender, would you like to say anything as they're speaking to you in Orcish?
Brothers, all we're looking for is just a little bit of help. We're with the lizard folk, and well, they don't know where the hell we are. So if we can get some supplies and some help with a map, we will definitely get out of your camp as soon as we can.
Alright, so Cray or Fender either one of you can make a persuasion check with advantage. Only one or two. So
I've
Can
got a
I-
+3.
Plus
Hold
3,
on,
there you go.
Trust me. Can I use my all-purpose tool to get the incantation guidance?
No, at this point in time, no. Because they're speaking another language you don't understand, unless you understand Orcish. Alright, so go, but they do have advantage on the check, so.
Alright.
13.
The orc over here looks at you, Fender, as if like in recognition. And he goes, "Wait!" And then he kind of like looks at you, it's like, he looks up and down, he sees your arm, he says, "Wait, aren't you Fendar?"
I am.
The Fendar? Fendar, the orc hero?
I wouldn't call myself a hero per se, but
They tell me stories that you grow very, very big. Is that true?
I look down, I look back up. Yeah, I grow pretty big.
Prove it.
Well,
Come on. Show him.
I don't know.
Founder, we want to show him. They want to know. Just help him out.
The other guy says, "If you are truly Fendar, you should be able to grow big. It could help you get in if you want to stay for the night." They say this to you in Orcish.
Okay, so I guess I'll bonus action and do Giant Smite.
Yep, you grow big, and to their surprise of you growing big, and since like in game time on the last event, you then go back down. You're like, "See, that is the great Fendar. It's true. He's still alive." And this orc says, "Oh, come, Fendar. You and your friends are welcomed in our tribe. Welcome to Ra'ungad, city of the forest." And then they kind of let you in. They say this in Orcish.
Craig, what did they say?
Well, we're allowed in. Apparently they recognize Fender, so...
So I will give a little half bow or a quarter bow, and I will thank you for your generosity. Now, can you please take us to your main tent?
Oh, sure. Well, there are several tents about. We have a tent for tools and supplies if you want to stack for supplies, if you got coin, which I presume you do. Other than that, we also have shaman that sells potions and stuff. We also have we also have our chieftain, which I think he would be happy to see you, Fendar. And we also have a blacksmith in as well.
Okay. Can you point us in the chieftain? And my party members here aren't going to have any issue with anybody inside?
They don't have issue, we don't have issue.
Okay. I guess I'll walk in and start looking for the chieftain's hut.
Alrighty. So, you guys, the chieftain is here, where my highlighter is. The shaman is in the upper left corner here. Let's see here. I'm referring to my notes here. The blacksmith is over here in this tent. And then finally the trader is over here in this tent. And at this point you guys could kind of go around and explore. As you go in, you do realize that there were also this is a very tall wall. So much so that like it kind of like obscures the watchtowers as you walk past, and you see that the watchtowers above actually have like orcish archer women around there too. Other than that, you just see a bunch of orcs and both male and female just going on, looking at some of you curiously. To you, Cray, they look at you with some interest, and they also look at Fender, saying, "Oh my God, is that him?" Like as if a hero has come to town or something like that. But at this point, you guys are free to explore this area.
Say, Fender,
Yes.
Wait, are you from here? Is this your stronghold?
I don't know. I'm hoping that the chieftain can tell me what happened or give me any information.
Right. Well, they seem to know you. You're at least known in these parts. Just anything ring a bell about being some orcish hero, or?
Like I said, I woke up in that slaughter, and
Said you presumed you were dead, so maybe that was you lost to fight for him.
well, maybe the chieftain has some answers for me.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm gonna go head to this blacksmith. It's been a while since I had some orcish like metal in my hands. I'm gonna be over there if you need me.
I'm gonna follow you to the blacksmith.
Okay, you guys can move your tokens.
Friend, you need help with the shaman in case that I need to be bait.
Bait or baked?
But I'm really good at being bait. As for the other, I don't know what it means.
If you want to come to the shaman with me, that's fine with me.
Alright.
All right, and then as everyone is spinning their tokens. Soror kind of just like talk to. He'll go with you, Jazargo, actually, along with Rena. Rena's just gonna go up to some orcs, just kind of like try to like write some stuff about her travels, and then fuck, I keep forgetting Ross's character name. I'll write a note. I'll write a sticky note for Artemis. Will join Tony Stark. Artemis will join Cray and Womack for the blacksmith, which I think we shall do first. So you guys clearly, Craig clearly smells like blacksmithing going on, orcish blacksmithing, and you see a tent whose like upper part is just smoke billowing out. And as you go in, you see this great orc working on some, seems like to be a part of a weapon. It seems like some kind of longsword that is half created. And he sees you over and says, "Oh," he says to you, orcish, "Oh, you must be new in town."
Yes. So, quick thing. I am trained in, the standard orcish traditions, but I say that sort of music is mighty different from what I know. See, I traded in blacksmith. That's my line of work before I moved out of my stronghold, so I'm just kind of interested. What do you do differently with your metal, your overall process?
Well, most orcs don't have long swords. They usually go with big axes or big swords. The long sword, very versatile. Some of our weapons have versatility.
You're
Better handling with a long sword. You could hold it with one hand and have a shield in another. You could also use it two hands if you really want to stab or slash at something. Recently I found some magical orbs, but I just trying to figure out how to use this with this sword to make it do magic stuff.
magic. Well, I've never seen any orcs, at least in my experience, use any magic. No wizards or sorcerers, just barbarians and that sort of thing. So, what type of magic you're working with?
Not too sure. It's definitely magic that could be used for weapons. Varg, the trader, found it off a corpse of some magic user. But however, I smashed two of them, tried to make it work. It did not work.
Hey, Craig.
Yes.
What's he saying?
Well, see, he right now is working on a longsword, and he's been trying to use these magical orbs, I think he said, to like infuse it into the swords, and he's been not having much luck with that. So he
Could you ask if I could take a look at those?
yeah, say blacksmith. First of all, I'm Cray, my name, and Well, my friend here, he wants to have a look at the orb, I believe. You mind if he has a quick look at it? I think he's really good with this type of thing. He's not a blacksmith, I ain't quite sure. But I'm sure he'd be really nice with whatever it is.
He looks over your shoulder and he sees like the tall Goliath, one-eyed Goliath, clearly wearing artificer gear. Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me, please.
Me?
Craig.
Okay.
10.
10?
A long session. Yep.
It's gonna be a long
First double 0.
double nat ones on advantage. That's great. That's like a 1 in a million chance, by the way. So I think you
Gods
have.
are frowning. I've angered someone.
He says to you, "I'm Karash. I'm this tribe's blacksmith. I don't know what he does, but I do not trust a human with orc metals."
What's he saying?
Well, he doesn't really quite trust you. And why I kind of expected this. He ain't really trusting of, at least not orc looking. So, I don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately. I can certainly try.
Crash that says, however, if you are, say, worth the smith tools that you claim to be, perhaps you could assist me in crafting this. And he points at Craig.
Yeah, I'll speak it off with my friend. I'll definitely help you. So, I'm not able to get you to do it, but I can. If I can get this thing working, if I can get my hands on it, I'll definitely just toss it to you. I ain't really good with swords. Not my expertise.
Okay.
Alright, Korash. Let me have a look at it.
Alright. He kind of shows you. You see the quote-unquote orb he's talking about. You see that it's just like a shard of what seems like to be some sort of magic crystal. You recognize... What's your Arcana modifier, by the way?
Oh yeah, not good. Arcana would be a +1.
You hear... I'll allow you to make a check. Go ahead and make an Arcana check. You see that it is a magical shard that could be used for weapon crafting. It is glowing like this bright reddish color. As far as the properties of it, you don't know. That's all you really know. But as you try to go on Mac, he sells that craze like, "Hey, get him out of here."
Hey, buddy.
Can I just pull like a bunch of meat out of my bag and just kind of like smile at him and say, "Please, I'm not." I know I can't really speak to him, but just friendly gestures.
He looks at you, Cray, says, "Tell him to leave or smack him with my hammer."
Sorry, you better leave. He ain't too happy with you. Sorry about that. He's willing to smack you over the head.
As I'm walking out, can I make an Arcana, like a perception check maybe on the gem? Or do I need to be holding it?
Based on you're an artificer and you have a +6, so I'm not even going to make you do a check. You'd recognize that this is basically a fire shard crystal that is used to make swords, like a firebrand sword or what have you, as you kind of take a quick glance at it as you are leaving the tent. And at this point, Karash goes to the tent and closes the entryway to its end.
Sorry about my friend. They ain't versed in our traditions and customs.
Agreed. Let's try to work this.
Alright.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure what check would be. Can I kind of just, if I were to touch it or just kind of examine it with my hands, if I haven't already done that already, would that make it any better? Is it touch hot or?
It's not touch hot, but you get a sense there's some heat coming off it. So if you want, you could go ahead and make a... Oh, there's a lot... My dog's barking a lot in the background. But go ahead and make a... I'm trying to figure out what check this would be. I think this would be a intelligence check because it is involving magic in some weird way. But I'll allow you to add your proficiency because you are proficient in Smith's tools. And I will allow you that Karash is helping you in this so you can get advantage on it.
Helping me all the way, I appreciate that.
Yep.
Alright, so...
You can't possibly mess this up. But you add your proficiency
swear.
bonus though, so...
Alright, so that'd be a 15 then.
So, with the advantage of a 15, it seems like you and Karash are almost like, it's like, oh, this makes sense. You fuse it with the sword as you are melting the metal, and as it does, there's like a big heap of smoke, and there's like a small fire that goes off. However, Karash was able to put it out with a nearby bucket of water. He goes, damn, seems like we almost had it. Now I know to mix it when melting process. He turns to you and says, well, thanks for helping me out though, Cray. Who trained you in the smith tools, by the way?
So, in my old stronghold, my mother did whenever I was a young lad. A long time ago, I've been attempting to learn more in my travels. That's why I'm not in my stronghold. Trying to learn all the types of forging and weapon creation I can in memory of her.
Well, I hope you do good in your mother's name. And then he goes to the tent and kind of opens it for you to leave. He says, thanks for your assistance. Now I know for next time.
Anytime.
And then he closes it and goes back into the tent.
Well, couldn't quite make the sword. But he knows how to deal with the ores now. Wish I could have helped a bit more, but magic's not quite my specialty. It's not just iron or ore. Can't do much.
Alright, so then we kind of zoom out and we go into the item shop, which Sor, Cesargo, and Sanctus go. As you guys go in, you see that there's a very large individual. There's like a bunch of crates. Clearly most of this is either stolen or salvaged off or what have you. And you just see this very large like orc, like just like eating something while pulling stuff into crates. And he is a very large man. He takes up like almost like a quarter of the tent. He goes, and he kind of like adjusts himself forward to you, and he says in broken common, he says, "Welcome, I'm Varg. What you want?" As he's chewing on like a big piece of meat.
In Orcish, I tell him, no need to talk in common. I know your speech quite well.
He goes, "Oh, a human learning orc. The hells have frozen over." And he's kind of finishing eating whatever he has in his mouth. He's like, "So, would you like to buy something off my stock?"
Yes, anything shiny, magical, I don't know, just something of that sort.
Maybe. He kind of looks through he goes like to the other side of the tent, like poof, poof, poof. He is like almost as large. He's like about 8 feet tall, and he's quite wide. So he goes to the other side and he's trying to dig around. He's like, all I got is these fire bottle thingies, and he puts down like three things of alchemist fire. And he goes, other than that, I do have this weird orange potion thingy, and then he puts it onto the thing. And he goes, other than that, I got some weird book with magic things on it, and he throws down what seems like to be a spell book on the table, on a crate. He goes, you want any of this?
Do you mind if I look into this book here, just to discern what it is?
Make a persuasion check.
Alrighty.
Can I walk over since I was busy kicking?
No, this is all happening at the same time. 18. He goes, sure, give you a few seconds, and he tosses the book at you. You catch it, and then as you look through like the first couple of pages, you realize that this is a stolen spell book. And after you look at like some of the cantrips, and then you get to like basically the first level spells. He goes, alright, time's up, and he snatches the book from your hand. And he goes, you want or not?
How much are you selling it for?
He kind of looks at it, inspecting it like weirdly, and then he kind of like opens book and goes through. He goes, 150 gold.
150 for that? Do you even know what it says in there?
It's magic book. Magic book had powerful stuff in it. 150.
What if I pull out 2 gems?
They're speaking. Do you understand Orc Sanctus or no?
No, but I see them conversing, and as a gesture of good faith, I pull out 2 gems.
He's like, does your friend want the book? Because I take 2 of those gems for the book.
So he's asking if you want the book, because he's going to be taking. He'd give you the book for those 2 gems, but I'm about to try to. Oh, he speaks common. Hopefully he doesn't know this word. I'm about to lie to him and tell him that book isn't worth anything.
He yells and he says, lie?
Did I say
Don't.
lie? I said buy.
Buy
Buy
that
the
book
book
from
from you.
Yeah.
Make a deception
We were
check.
just conversing.
Make
Perception? Oh, where's
de-
that one?
deception.
There we go. 8.
No, you say lie. Those 2 shiny gems are 150 gold, or you get no book.
I don't even need the book. I just wanted it for look.
He,
These are just weighing me down. You know what? You've got yourself a deal, friend.
Alright. You have a stolen wizard spell book. I'll give you the spells during the break.
Not like I can use
but-
it, but that's good.
But basically, if you went, you could attempt to cast the spells out of the book. However, that spell would be gone, regardless whether you pass or fail. So it's like having some spell scrolls.
Oh, okay. Cool. What is? Can you ask him what this orange potion is?
Oh, my friend here is asking what that orange potion is.
He says, I don't know. It's orange.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Yeah, can you give it like a sniff?
Make an Arcana check, Jazargo.
Well,
A 12. You aren't too sure what kind of potion it is.
I don't know. It looks like some kind of vial of weirdly colored acid. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm gonna be honest, but he doesn't know either.
Well, how much is it for the potion?
He like.
Oh, he's asked.
Oh, go ahead.
My friend here is asking how much the potion is.
1 sec. I'm just writing a note. He picks up the potion. For him, it's like paperweight to him. He picks up with 2 of his fingers, and like it almost vanishes in his hand. And like he's looking at it, he's shaking it. It kind of fizzles a bit, and then he pops the top and he smells it. And then he goes, he smells like as if he smelled like chilies, and it burns his nose. That type of accessory. He puts the card back. He goes, 75 gold for this one.
75 gold for something that hurts you? Why would you need that?
Smells weird. Could do weird stuff.
Maybe stuff like kill you if you drop it on yourself in the middle of the night. I'd be doing you a favor by taking it.
That's a threat.
No!
we're
Unless you're
looking out for
threatening
your
yourself
well-being.
with your own bottle.
We don't want you to get hurt, sir. This is unheard of. We would never
He
do
says,
this in your-
price now 80 gold.
Like you. I'm out of here. I start walking away.
And I'll
Alright.
just give him 80 gold for it.
Alright, you have a potion of fire breathing. he kind of says to you in broke calm, he goes, your friend weird. Buy
He
bottle?
means well.
And then he points to like 3 jugs of alchemist fire.
How much is it for those?
1 or 3?
3. Why not?
This fire bad. 500 gold for all 3.
Oh my, not even.
I'll
I
just-
just bought those 2 wonderful things, and I gave you 2 nice gems, and wow. No,
It go
Friend, I
boom
wish I
boom. It go boom boom. It hurt people.
I point at my fingers and say, "These go boom boom too." But no, I don't think I need those right now. Thank you though, not for that price. If
Okay.
you decide that you want to change, I'll be walking around.
Okay. And then he like says they have broken common. He puts the alchemist fire and puts it back. Sora may or may not purchase stuff. So, but I'll speak with Joseph after, in private chat. Let's turn towards Fender and Sharif. What are you two doing?
I think we're gonna make our way to the shaman's tent.
All right.
I'm looking for answers.
That would be this one over here.
Okay.
Okay. You guys can move your tokens there. Alrighty. So you guys enter, and you just see, like, as you enter, you see a smoke of a variety of colors, mainly like shades of green and yellow and gray, and sitting towards the other side of the tent, along with like 2 female orcs on the side, which I don't have token for whatever reason, but I will easily do that. There we go. Boom. Bada big. And you see that they're all like in some weird trance, and you see like this orc over here basically has some symbols on his face, and has like a purple stick that glows, and he goes, I have been expecting you, friend. He says this to you in Orcish.
You know who I am.
Every orc knows who you are. Do you know who you are?
I don't.
You don't?
I remember waking up from a battle. Everybody around me was dead from the fighting.
Probably hit head very hard. Come here. Alright. Sharif, what are you doing in this?
Well, I just get to the just as the step to the tent, and I say, it smells like shaman mushroom in there. I'll take a step back, and I'll just take a step back and watch
Alright.
non-stop.
He goes, here, eat this. And you see that he takes some mushroom, he dips it into like some bowl, some liquid, and that is like colored in purple. And as it does, like it's like that mushroom has turned to like as if it was cooked, and it says, here, eat this.
No, I cannot.
He says it
Shaman
to Fender. My apologies, I
to
should have
Fender.
clarified yet.
I take it with 2 hands, sniff it, and then I take a bite.
You take a bite, he says, now, this next bit is gonna hurt. He kind of lightly bonks you on the head, and all of a sudden you go into like a trip. And as you do, you kind of recall that event. You were engaging in a battle of some sorts, along with the same compatriots that you had that are wearing similar armor. And your this winged beast that, has that your vision clears up, and you see that this beast is that of a black dragon. How seems like to be an adult black dragon at that. Other than that, you turn around and you see other orcs joining you in the fight. And as you do, you see what seems like to be an old, disgusting-looking woman throwing spell hexes at your allies, casting a variety of spells, turning them into like frogs or other such things. And you then grow size, you charge into the dragon, and you slice off one of its horns, and as it aches in pain, you turn to your left and look up, and you see 2 glowing green eyes. This creature, gargantuan in size, almost overshadows this entire battlefield, and you just see green breath. And then afterwards, some time passed, and you wake up in that carnage. Dead orcs, other dead people wearing your armor all around you. And the only thing that you could find on your person to identify who you are is like the piece of paper that you found of the elven woman. And afterwards you kind of come into, and you have a light like headache on you, probably because he just bonked you. But he goes, do you know who you are now?
I do.
And you kind of remember more for yourself. You're Fendar. You were chosen from an orc tribe to some group that you do not recall yet. and you know this group did similar things to you, does similar abilities similar to you, and you know it's like, as far as alignment's concerned, I don't use alignment, but like for the sake of argument, it's like more of a lawful good type of thing. You were fighting off against some black dragon, and then a larger thing overshadowed everything, and that battle's really all that you remember. But you do remember being some kind of hero of sorts, a champion of such to orcs or what have you.
Okay. Well, thank you. If you don't mind, we will keep looking around your compound, and we will continue our search.
Very well. But I could only give you glimpses and visions based on what I have seen as well, and you kind of get the feeling that he probably saw the similar thing as you did. He says, it seems that it is wise to go to the city of Edolan, the land of the elves. I think your best track is going there to discover more of yourself.
Or that was land of the elves?
The city of Edolan, yes.
Well, thank you again.
Alright.
And we'll leave.
Alright. Everyone kind of gathers about from their escapades and all meet to center. And you guys can roleplay at that point.
Tell you
Well,
what, man, these orcs are assholes, bro. I whisper.
Yeah, of course.
you could really say that there. Yep. You're lucky.
Alright, look at what I found. And I show him the spell book.
Woo! Can I see that?
Yeah, you can take a look at it. I mean, you might be able to use it better than I am, but
And can I make a Arcana check to see if I could perhaps put the scroll of animal friendship into it?
So you are not a wizard, so you would not have the ability to do so.
Alright. Is anybody here? No.
God, asking the wrong person here.
And I roll deception.
Well, roleplay it, bro.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Roleplay
I
it.
consider myself of arcane tendency.
Oh, really? And then would it be his deception against my perception?
What is your guys' insight and deception modifiers?
+1 insight.
+1 insight.
Deception is +1.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Both of you make deception and insight checks, respectively.
Nat 20. Wait, no, wait, my bad. I thought it was Nat 20. The dice shape is weird. My bad.
You get the feeling that he is what he says he is. Weird, but you know, some wizards can be weird.
Well, that would be Sanctus's choice. It's not really
that's
my.
fine. You know
my
what?
book.
We are all in this together. We're in this together. My gullible self will believe this. Yeah, I think. Go ahead and use it.
I tell you that I really wanted the book just for appearances. You know, it's a very useful thing to have, but nobody ever believed me to be a wizard? Yes. So I do believe this would be helping me a grand bit with first introductions.
Jesus.
That's wonderful. Yeah, you can have it. I don't.
All
And
right.
I hand it over to him. Not even second guessing it.
Sure. You do so.
Not even trying to fight it.
No, why would I? I mean, maybe we can find the owner for this book. That's
I don't think we'll be finding the owner.
So, give me a moment. I open the book. I'm like looking for a name on the first page, last page, cover back.
Yeah, you do see a name at the first page that says property of Cyrus Hillbottom.
Well,
Wait, wasn't that the dwarf?
No.
No? Am I dumb? I guess. I thought that was the. Didn't the dwarf say something about Cyrus back in Artificer's
Siren
Sanctum?
was
Was it?
Yeah.
Siren was,
Yeah, this is Cyrus. So.
Okay.
But yeah, you have a spell book. I'll give you the deets during the break. So.
Thank you so much.
Did,
This is a Cyrus. Does anyone here know a Cyrus?
Well, no, but from what I heard from the blacksmith, they might not be with us.
Can I make a history check, see if it's some big spellcaster or something?
You don't know anyone by that name.
Alright. Did the merchant happen to have any spell resources like pearls or diamonds by chance?
No, just some vials of I believe alchemist fire that we had before.
Did you
And-
buy? Did he have a map either, or are we still just stuck?
No.
We're not stuck. I know where I'm going.
Well, I kind of
Whoa.
forgot to ask him for a map.
Let's
Oh
go.
my
I'll
God.
go back.
Yeah, I'm going over. But
Hello,
alright,
Griffith.
Be like,
now
"Hey,
because I know
I'm
how.
back."
Hold on, wait. Now that I know how unfriendly these orcs are, I'm gonna cast guidance.
Sure, you do so.
on myself.
Some of the orcs look at you weird. We're like, that's weird. But you go in, and Momac, this is your first time. This dude is as tall as you, but he is fucking wide. Like, he takes up a quarter of this tent.
Oh, gee.
He goes, oh, welcome. What you want? He says it in broken English.
Would you happen to have a map by chance,
Hmm.
or some pearls?
Map? Map. He force opens a crate with his one hand, and he's like fucking huge, bro. And he pulls out he just crumpily picks up like a bunch of papers and puts them on the floor, and he kind of says, "This map of what?"
The local area, perhaps the forest. Continent.
He kind of looks at the maps on the ground, trying to decipher like which one specifically. You can tell he
Could I-
probably is not a learned reader.
Can I look at the maps?
Yeah, you clearly see like a map of West Continent, map of South Continent, map of East Continent, map of
I'm
the
buying
local
all
area.
three.
All right.
They're
All
very
right. How do you
cool.
say it to him as he's trying to look at the maps?
Could I perhaps get all three?
All.
Yes.
He kind of like looks at it. He says, 5 silver bits, 5 silver pieces.
Where does
Sure.
game prices go?
Fender is
I
gonna,
know.
Fender is going to. Do you know who I am?
Oh yeah, he says. Oh yes, you're Fandar the Large. Now you're alive. He
I
says
am.
in the work.
So is there any way we can have these maps?
Yes. You could have this map's 5 silver pieces.
I already paid him the 5.
Yep.
Oh.
He takes it. He just crumples, puts them in a hand and just drops it to you, but you fold it neatly and what have you.
Thank you, and I reach out to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand. It is almost like you are a Goliath, so you just naturally have bigger hands, but he has an even bigger hand than yours.
Jesus. I was wondering, do you perhaps purchase items?
He looks to Fender and says, Fandar, what does this tall man want? We understand now good common.
So, what do you want to sell him?
A +1 short sword.
Would you be willing to buy a sword?
Must see
This is-
sword.
He says it's a very special sword to him.
What's he saying? Fender.
He wants to see it.
Oh, okay. Give him a heads up. I'm pulling it out. I don't want him to think I'm attacking him or anything with the sword.
Okay, so
This might be more like a dagger to
Yeah, a toothpick. And I bring it up slowly.
All right.
Yeah.
You bring it out. He says, "We look in Broken Common.
Yes, please take.
Yes, sure.
All right. He takes it with his one hand, and all you really see is the hilts. When he grasps it, he kind of looks at it. He pulls it out, and he's kind of look at it. He goes, shiny things, shiny design. He says it in common, and he's like smelling it. And then at one point, he actually licks it, and he almost cuts his tongue on it. And then he just like wipes it, and then puts it back. Goes, could be useful. Now Orc sells this much. Would give 100 gold for it, as he says to you, Fendar, in common.
And I say that back to him.
How's 200 gold sound, seeing as we're part of the heroes party? You're doing the whole world a service, and we've already come and purchased many a good from you. Can I make a persuasion check?
As far as like negotiating
Guidance.
prices, I don't do like that type of thing. It's legit barter, bro.
Tyler, I used guidance just.
I
there.
understand, bro. But he kind of looks. There's also like a bit of a language barrier too. But he said the large man then says to you, Fender's like, he said 200. Does he want 200 gold?
Would you take 200?
Yeah.
He kind of like looks at the sword again, kind of like pulls it out, smells it again, licks it again, and then this time around, he was chewing like some meats that like, the type of jerky meat, and then he he's like, He kind of looks at the tip. He kind of like flicks it a bit. He goes, I do 150, but that's it.
Deal. Tyler tried to say.
Hey, listen, listen. This is not your average merchant, my friend.
Don't bring up the economy at the West.
So you are given 150 gold, and then he uses a short sword as a toothpick. This dwarven-made short sword from a mine, and he uses it as a toothpick.
What a waste.
And a bear hug.
I'm gonna come back. It's like bent in half. He broke it.
He goes. He says in orc, sturdy toothpick.
Wow.
In orcish.
I think it's time we leave.
Yeah, well, fuck this place. We have our maps. Let's get the hell out of Dodge.
Alrighty. You guys eventually meet back together. Arena's like, so what's the plan? Do you want to stay here for the night, or should we just move on?
I will.
What time of the day is it?
It's like, at this point, the sun has just set.
I guess we should long rest time.
Whatever.
Oh, no.
You'll have fun learning a bit more about the culture.
Yeah. Can I just go casually pop open my fortress in the middle of the city?
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of risky.
I mean, the orcs will happily accommodate you guys, no issue. So,
Will they? Okay.
yeah.
Alright, yeah.
You got a folk hero amongst your midst, so I don't think they would mind.
Oh shit, wait, I gotta go back to the merchant. I have other stuff to sell. I have the frog.
Welcome back.
The frog hemoth tongues are worth 250 a pop. I got 2, okay?
Is
What
it
do you want from
250
me?
to him though?
Probably not. That's what the +1 was worth, the sword. So it's probably like. Can we just say 300 for the tongues real quick? So we don't have.
Alright. Do you guys want to rest here for the night?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. That's,
Alright.
I'd follow Craig.
Does anybody have anything they want me to try to upgrade with my +12?
What could you upgrade? What would you do if you upgraded something?
Well, it's a blacksmithing table, so if you have like a +1 item, I could make it a +2 or 3.
Is
But
there?
it's weapons and armor mainly.
I'd-
Anything
okay.
else? Oh no, I have a +6. So.
Alright. So is there like a chance you'll break whatever I give you if it like rolls poorly?
Seeing as my minimum, unless I roll like a nat 1, no, I really doubt it, because my minimum roll is a 13.
Alright.
So.
You can take my +1 quarterstaff to try to upgrade.
Okay. make a d20 and add 12, Tyler?
Yep.
Just gotta be
19.
careful. Dude.
Yep.
19.
You roll good enough. It's quite simple to upgrade a quarterstaff. All you gotta do is figure out a way to harden the actual quarterstaff. It's made out of wood, right, Craig?
I think it's bone because this one it was from the lizard people.
Oh yeah. So you see this bone and you're like, oh, this is easy. I just got to make it a bit more sturdy. And then you go through the process through the night to make it sturdy, and you're successfully able to do so.
So
And now
is
you have
it
a +2 quarterstaff.
Holy hell, +2.
And what did I get for the froggy with tongues? Just granted.
Oh, you actually want to sell that?
Yeah. Well, they're only used for rope, according to the other.
He looks well. Just to fast track it, he'll just look at tongues. He goes, food.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking stupid word. Hopefully he doesn't understand.
Whoa.
I'm muttering it. I'm muttering it.
All right,
God, this killed.
Hate this place.
you
I wanna
guys.
go home.
You wanted to sell. You wanted to sell the tongue. That's the best
Yeah.
part to eat.
Shut up.
I understand that.
All right, you guys take a long rest, and at this point, we're gonna take a quick break. So
Alright.
stay tuned. Alright, we are back live. Let's continue where we left off. A new day has arrived. You've acquired some maps. What do you guys do?
I'm trying to upgrade the sword.
You want to try to? You're gonna try to upgrade the acid sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were
okay.
talking this during the break, so. Oh, I forgot about the
So-
spell book.
Let me
yeah.
I know
see
that.
what I add.
1 second here.
So 2 for that.
Oh, so you're doing guidance and everything. Well, explain to the audience, bro.
Okay, well, I have.
They don't know what's
just to
going
give-
on.
Just to give everybody an idea of how good I am at upgrading things, I have a +3 from an all-purpose tool, +3 proficiency bonus, and I have a custom item, a table that doubles everything, and then I'm using guidance as well to try
And
to
then-
upgrade an acid sword. And then I'm also being assisted by Cray, right? Or
Yes. Correct.
All right. So the first one was a 19,
From a 5.
yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Oh.
got that.
Never mind. I thought that was your 20 roll. There we go. That's
And then that's 27
Okay.
from
20
an 11.
Yep. 27
Yeah.
will definitely do
work?
it. 27 definitely
There we
works. The DC was a
You're
25.
welcome. You're
Okay.
welcome.
Got
So
it.
you upgrade. So because as you try to like upgrade the sword, you see that there's like vials of like dragon acid, but you see that the acid itself is composed of strong magics, ancient draconic magic. So you're like, oh shit, if I fuck this up, I could melt my fucking hands with this. So you viciously take your time, and with the assistance of Cray, you two are like very carefully trying to delicately upgrade the sword, and it turns out that you are able to. So now it's a +3 acid brand sword.
Oh.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Please don't hit me with that.
Yeah, you're
I'm gonna casually
Look,
burn a hole through my chest.
Um,
All right.
once-
Good work.
As far as the spell book, which I forgot to cover during the break because I was doing stuff. Let's see if I could pull it up.
I'm surprised
quick.
none of the parties had a wizard. I'm surprised.
yeah. Well, Sharif, Jazargo, and Craig couldn't have a wizard.
Oh yeah, because of the continents. Yeah.
Alright.
then-
I'm just gonna make a random character for a random wizard of a certain level, and I'll tell you what spells you get.
You get wish. Phone
Nah,
up.
don't love it. Hey, Sharif, real quick. Do you want
Yes.
a +1 trident to throw?
Is it big in a stick?
It's like a triple pointed stick.
And Tyler,
Ooh, that
Hey.
sounds more like a sword, too pointy.
It's not a bad thing, but I will most likely lose it.
Well, I can't use it. I have never seen one.
Well, can I eat with it? As I just grab it and eat it on the ground like it was a big stick?
Yes. You can bash people, obviously. It's more of I thought you could just throw it. That's what I
Tyler,
can do.
I leave it to you for now.
Okay.
If needed, remind me.
Cool.
I already have a few javelins.
jeez.
I still have the javelin that what's her name, like, left from the goblin fight.
Dude, I remember I think I had a trident or something. Like first 3 sessions, I don't even know what happened.
You can get a new trident.
No, I have a musket, +3 musket.
Alrighty. Alright.
Upgrade the
Alright.
gun.
Jazargo, you better get notepad. I got spells for you.
Perfect.
Ooh, could you just copy and paste those in my DMs and then I pin them to our chats?
How about I just put it in the chat?
Perfect.
That also works, yes, perfect.
There.
Hey Tyler,
Yeah.
remember how you said the extra cantrip effect wouldn't really be that broken?
What cantrip effect?
From the all-purpose tool, I get to just choose any cantrip.
What about
Guidance.
it?
Even higher? Wait. Would would the table double the guidance bonus as well? Let me read. Hold on. Let me read.
It
the
doesn't
exact
double the
description.
guidance doesn't stack.
Hold on.
Double guidance. A plus
Okay.
8. Oh my god.
Hold on.
Okay.
I am typing spells here as I'm trying to multitask.
Do these take spell slots to cast, or am I?
So how I rule it is that, you know, in D&D you don't there is no rules pertaining to casting spells out of the spell book. However, I do allow it at the cost of the spell from the spell book, as it would basically be treated as a scroll. You would just lose the spell forever. So
Becomes illegible.
yeah, it becomes illegible, it burns away, and regardless whether you succeed, but because you're not a wizard, and because you are casting it from the book, you would have to make an Arcana check of 10 plus the spell's level. For cantrips, it is just 10. I'm just making sure here. Oh, I forgot the spell. And then I'm going to give second level spells here.
Whenever you're
Oh
done, I have
my
a
God,
question
that's
about
so
this
many.
gold item I used to have, or I still have, but don't remember how to use it.
Alright, so those are the spells. You could copy that, paste it, whatever you want to do with it. That's what I did randomly on D&D Beyond. Alrighty, so you go through the book and you see the spells, you're like, oh, some of these spells are useful, some of these spells are weird, but you do know that once you cast these spells, regardless whether you're able to succeed in doing so or not, the spells are lost to you forever. And it burns away. Other than that, it's treated as if any other spell book.
Nice.
And that's all from the randomization. But, source so where do we go now, Momac?
Could I look on the maps? What towns are nearby? What about that city we heard about?
So Log Cutter's Ridge is more like a small town or a village rather than a city, but it's probably the most recognized civilization. And then, judging from like maps and what have you, you could tell that you're dead center in the middle of the Oakland Forest. And you know, if you would spend 1 or 2 days going north, you would go to Log Cutter's Ridge.
Okay. Do you guys want to go there?
Sure.
All right. Log Cutters Ridge it is.
One yes and we're gone. Thank God my word has
Absolutely. Yes.
Look, I'm following DM path here. There were no other real locations given. Okay.
Make up one. You have a map. Like,
Can I
yeah,
go
this
back
is
home?
perfect.
Can I go to the
Listen,
East Continent?
listen. You guys can go wherever you like. Everyone decided to go to Log Cutter's Ridge, so.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
go back to the East Continent then.
Let's go to that.
Oh, it's strangely a shortcut there. Wow.
Alright. So you guys decide to leave the orc village. Oh, I don't have this map saved? Oh, whoops. Screw it, we'll reuse this one. We'll reuse this. Okay.
They went the wrong way.
No. So you guys follow the map. Everyone roll a d12 for me.
Got 12.
12, 11, 4, 5, 2.
Can I add guidance still?
No.
Or no?
This ain't a roll that you do
Oh yeah,
guidance.
yeah. Okay.
I-
Yeah. An ability check.
Alright, let me roll. You go through a whole day traversing through the forest. Nothing happens out of the ordinary.
Alrighty.
You guys can roleplay if you wish. Otherwise, we move on.
There you
So-
go. Oh, good.
Well, I know we're going to Woodcutter Ridge, but what are we doing there? They don't have much food, and they always want me to wear clothes.
There, yeah. What are we doing now? Yeah, good question. I don't know.
We gotta find some information about these guys that, you know, who are the two, not champions. Champions? Yeah, right? I think that's what we're doing.
Do
Yeah.
we have their
the
names?
gods.
There's
Asmodeus, right?
There's Azrael, there's Necro, Ventir, and the Creator. That is who I have.
Fuck the creator.
Wow.
Look, okay, he put me in the sky and I couldn't go anywhere. Okay.
Okay, that sounds fair.
And he
just
killed my dog. He
Oh,
killed
yeah,
my dog.
no, you're very justified. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
also, thank you for fixing up my my quarterstaff. Never got to thank you.
No problem.
So
If we want a long rest, I can upgrade something again.
Oh boy. DM.
Yes.
What were so the names of the champions? We didn't get all of them.
So the only one that you do know is the champion of Necro is definitely the creator, because that's what
Okay.
the god said. Other than that, they don't know who's the champion of Asmodeus or Bentir or hold on, I have it written. And they told you that, you know, the head cleric of Ezreal and God's Landing is the champion of there, but the god said they'll handle that stuff going on down there.
So we don't have to worry about Ezreal. We have to worry about
For now.
So far. Necro, Ventir, and Asmodeus. Alright.
And you know that, and the guys told you that two of their champions are somewhere on the continent.
So that's where we're headed. We're looking for some more information, see if anybody's heard of weird things going on, I guess. So.
Okay. Well, at least we have a goal. Though I think, weren't we looking for one of our friends who got kidnapped?
Darhana, and then there was another one too, right?
Yeah,
Flynn,
I'm sure we were
yeah.
looking for someone.
And
I don't know.
Marina too for Cray.
Yeah.
Information.
I was
We're-
about to say,
There's a lot of
friends
people.
done, no questions asked.
Yeah, we're all dumb right now, so we gotta go grab information.
It's been a couple weeks, I know.
Yeah,
we,
we're out of it. Alright.
So in my mind.
Should I long rest real quick or just continue?
Damn.
Well, I can upgrade another item.
Let's just
How
roll.
long are we walking
Alright.
for?
It's been a day so far, and then like another day, right, Tyler?
Well, I'm gonna get to that. So, as you guys continue your journey, Soar notices something in the distance, and it's a shame that Joseph is not here tonight. You guys see further ahead, it seems like to be a bunch of wooden walls and a bunch of lizard folk guarding such walls.
Hey, sorry, look, more of them.
He says, "This is my home."
Oh, you, okay.
That's your house.
Yes.
Alright, I have to go to speak to the chieftain.
Sure. Let's speak to the guards. And then they're kind of just following. And then, so Sharif, as you go towards the lizard folk, you start to realize that, you know, these lizard folks are not like your typical lizard folk that you've encountered thus far. You know, your tribe is mainly like, you know, traditional lizard folk, hunting, what have you, living off the land, going place to place, what have you. And the other lizard folk seems to be like a standard, like tribal thing, similar to orcs, but for lizard folk. And of course, you've encountered the black lizard folk, who, you know, are barely left that betrayed you. These lizard folk are more gecko-like in comparison to you, and they seem to be more slender in comparison to your tribesmen. But they seem to be equipped and seem to be more clothed than you are. But they see Soar, and then they see Sheriff. They're like, "Soar, welcome back." And then he says, "You, who are you?" And they seem to talk a
Sheriff.
bit more cleaner in comparison to their speech.
I'm Sheriff. I'm here to deliver a message from my shaman. Also, I'm really sad to see you guys. You hide your beautiful scales.
We don't always hide our scales. We just hide when we feel like it.
So
Well.
wear clothes when they feel like it.
You're still hiding them, but that's another story. Can I speak to your chieftain so I can deliver the message from my shaman? Also, Sar here might be able to see his mums.
So we know who Soar is. Welcome back, Soar. And do you want to speak to our shaman specifically or our chieftain specifically? They are two different people.
If I can have them both, it'll be good. Also, here, have a snack. As I just give him a rat.
He looks at the rat, and then he just eats it. But he doesn't eat it as viciously. It seems like he takes his time. He goes, "Thank you for treats. Welcome to our home." And then they kind of let you pass through.
Can my friend come too? As I point towards everyone.
They go, "Yes, as long as they do not pose a threat."
Don't worry, if they cause trouble, we'll do the bait technique.
And then as you walk past them, they just like bait technique.
Shari original.
I think he means he's going to eat us.
No, I know that one. He's really good at it.
All right. Let me pull up the map of what it looks like. So, keep in mind, the tents, quote unquote, is not an accurate representation. I had to work with what I had to work with. So there's this gigantic, large tent that seems to overcome this mass entire area, and then there's also like 4 specific areas. Sora immediately goes to upper left, right here, as if he knows his way around.
Follow him.
All right.
Wait, aren't chieftain in the biggest tent?
Sora says, "No, they live in separate tents," and he kind of points. Let me refer to my notes here. He says, the 2 big tents on the right. He points. That's where the shaman, and that's where the chieftain is. And he points to this area. This large area is more of a common area where we trade stuff, we sing songs, we eat food.
Your people are weird. as I start going towards that tent here.
Okay. And then everyone else just goes to Sora's family's tent area.
I'll follow Shari.
Who
I'll
follows?
follow Sharp.
All right. So JP and who else? Someone else wanted to join Shareth?
Cray.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's do yours first. Loading here. So as you approach this area, you do realize, Shareth, that there are some female lizard folk and some male lizard folk. Let's see here as I pull your guys' tokens here. So Cray, Shareth, and where is JP and Fender? Here you go. Boom. So you 3 are free to explore. You see like a band of lizard folk, armed guards. They seem to be more armored in comparison to your tribe, Shareth. Other than that, you do see some like common lizard folk that kind of look at you. Some of you look at you like, oh, there's like purple scaled lizard folk. But they don't seem to pay too much attention to Cray and Fender. Seems like they're more welcoming in comparison to other lizard folk that you've encountered.
So, Shari, do you know anything about this place? You seem rather uninformed about these people.
Well, in my 15 years of life, you know, I haven't been to much places. I've just got the task by the shaman and and I had to go away. So these people are weird. I never seen lizard folk hide their scales like that.
Well, each their own. Do you think they would have a blacksmith here? They have some armor. Seems like they might be a bit more blacksmithy, I guess, in terms of actual metalwork.
Well, they might have craft people. We'll ask the big guy once we meet him.
Right.
And
In
Sharp.
fact, you guys. Hello.
They all turn towards you.
I
Just,
point towards Cray. I'm like, my friends want to know if you have blacksmiths.
Yeah.
We have toolmaker Shake. He weird, but he can make stuff.
Where is his tent?
His tent, and as I look through windows and look at the maps, Shake's tent, other side of this chieftain's tent.
There you go.
Alright, we'll meet him. Why, thank you, folk.
And what was it, Fender?
But I was just going to say, Sheriff, maybe you shouldn't insult them by calling them weird. You might find them different, but we don't need to start a fight over something that you say.
To their eyes, I'm the weird one.
Damn, that's deep.
Philosophy only.
Philosophy in a D&D game?
Oh yeah.
Like Shariv in particular? Wow.
Alright. They say wise words come from wise men, but sometimes the wisest are from people who are ordinary. But you open the big ass tent, and it's very huge. And you see all these armed lizard folk. They seem to be higher in rank as like their color of their armor is more shinier. And then you see this big ass lizard folk that is way more bigger than you, and he's wearing like scale armor and a cape, and has like dragon teeth on his necklace. And he goes, "Yes, you're not from here. Who are you?"
No. I'm from the great tribe of the swamps.
He's the weird one.
He says, "I see that."
I have come with a message from my shaman.
If you want to send a message, speak to our shaman. I only deal with security here and keep people safe and make big decisions.
Aren't you chief?
I am chief, but I'm no shaman. From they might be one and the same, but for us it's separate. We're more focused on I'm more focused on militarization. That he is more focused on predictions, magic, and the like.
Great. I'll just whisper to Craig. What does militarization?
Militarization? Well, kind of, in your words, it'd be like a hunting party, but like they're moving it around, strategizing about what they're gonna attack, what they're gonna get. Something like that.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll speak to the shaman. Also, sir, you are as big as my biggest brother. It is really good. I applaud you. As I just go away.
Says, "Much appreciated." And then he kind of continues to his business.
All right. So we're going to the shaman. Should be that way.
All right. You go across the entire complex. To go across north up to the complex, and you see a bunch more lizard folk similar to before. Where are the tokens? I was confused. The tokens on the right, because that's how the old owlbear was, and now they're on the bottom, so it confuses me a bit. But you guys approach north. Some of the female lizard folk look at you, Sheriff, in interest.
Sheriff completely ignores them. So
Yeah, but for Cray and Fender, some of the female lizard folk look at Sheriff in intrigue and interest, and you kind of notice this too. It's quite apparent.
Not sure anything, but
Okay.
I'm gonna nudge Sheriff with my elbow and go, eh?
what?
you know, Sheriff, there's people looking at you, and not in the bad way.
What? You think the females will give me lots of eggs?
Probably. I wouldn't put it so boldly, but sure, yeah.
I think about it for the future. It just goes into the tent.
Alright. You go into a tent, and there's a lot of more billowing smoke, and as the smoke kind of fades, you see like this skinny shaman in the corner. Definitely a lot more gecko and looks more Native American as far as attire. He goes, how can I help?
Yeah, that's a shaman tent. It does smells like shaman mushrooms and shaman smoke.
He says, who are you? What your name?
I am Sheriff Purple Scaled.
I am Ray.
I have come from the Great Swamp tribes.
I see that.
I am bearing the vision of the shaman. He said to go and deliver it to all lizard folks.
What does your shaman say?
The vision is about great swamps drying and fire spreading, followed by a great famine.
I have seen this.
He wants everyone to prepare so that we don't fall victim to that fate.
I have also seen this vision, and we have been preparing for quite some time. We recently came into gold thanks to our tribesman Soar. Excuse me. He says we shall be able to purchase more crops and seeds for upcoming famine. However, I realize some cost to it.
Well, you need to hunt more and salt more meat.
Pretty wise. Let me show you some of what I shared you. He kind of goes up to you, and like a gecko, like he looks you up and down, and then he says, "Close your eyes."
Okay.
He breathes like this red mist in your eyes, and as it does, like it stinks for only a slight little bit, but then you start to see the vision of like some potential cause, and it is definitely something deep within a swamp, and all you see is this swamp with black skies, black water, dead trees, all towns nearby just completely melted or demolished, and the only thing that really stands out is this weird castle similar to the city. You guys went to the city of Gladria, right? I recall. I think you did.
Yes. Probably not when I was here. I think we did though.
Yes, that's where about my cheeks.
Similar architecture to the city of Gladria, however, definitely more ancient in nature. But the vision just leads you to that before it ends, so you come into, and the stinging of your eyes ceases.
I see. Is that the vision of the future?
It is vision that I saw, similar to yours, but it come from weird building.
What weird building? Where is it?
Somewhere in swamp.
But the swarms are big
In black swamps.
and black swamps.
Make a history check, Charles.
Oh God.
Use that brain.
History. Oh yeah, -1. Let's go.
Thinking
11.
real hard.
The term black swamps comes familiar to you. It's something to do with black swamps. There's a reason why it's called that. It's definitely a deadly swamp that you think it is based on the name, but you don't know any other information other than that.
Craig, Fender,
Yes.
do you guys know what the black swamp is?
Let me think about that. And I roll.
Make a history check. Fender, if you wish to join, you can at disadvantage.
At disadvantage?
16 now. It's almost another one.
Damn.
It
That
got
luck
caught
with
in
you.
the corner of the screen. Like, it saved itself.
Alright, with disadvantage. Oh, damn, those are decent rolls with disadvantage.
Yeah.
So,
What a nat 20.
Fender, you try to go back into your memories, and the name's familiar to you, but you can't quite put your finger on it. But for you, Cray, the name comes to you and you think Black Swamp, Black Swamp. You know it's located at the upper left corner of the continent, and then you realize, oh fuck, the Black Dragon King is there.
Ooh. Well, when I think about Black Swamp, I think about a Black Dragon King. So, yeah, top left of the continent. That's where that should be.
The shaman then Ray, the shaman, then says, Swamp King. Makes sense.
See. All right. Mr. Shaman, would you accommodate us for the night before we move on,
Sure.
or maybe the next few days?
You can sleep in center big tents. Many places to sleep there.
That's perfect. All right. Thank you very much. Make sure to give that to the chieftain.
Will do.
All right, Thunder Cray, I have delivered my message, and
All
found us a place to rest.
All right, well done. Now,
Nice.
let's go to the blacksmith now.
Yeah, you can go to the blacksmith. I'll go and take a nap and
All
think
right,
about that black swan thing.
You enjoy that.
All right. You go toward. Well, let's focus on Soar's tent, for instance, as everyone else seems to go there.
Am I gonna get to see his mom?
I don't know. One sec. I'm putting everyone's tokens down.
The big question is, are all your mom joke apply for that?
Do we get inspiration
I have inspiration, still from the gods.
from mom jokes?
Well, no, it's one of inspiration.
All right. You guys go towards Soar's home, and Soar kind of explains that his family is like the caretakers of it. They raise newborns, raise eggs for the tribe, and take care of them, and what have you. But the moment you guys appear, you see this lizard folk stands out, being a little bit taller than Soar. She goes, "Soar, is that you?" And has this face of recognition, and Soar says, "Yes, and I brought friends." And then she comes over. Her friends kind of split up, talk to their own thing, and Soar says, "Sanctus, everyone, this is my middle sister." I'm looking at this. This is my middle sister, Motion.
Okay.
She is a lizard folk. Unlike Soar, who has blue scales, she has very dark, very bright green scales. And you see that she's wearing like clothes that like a caretaker would wear, along with a spear on her back, along with some wrist tapes here. But she doesn't have like that fin shown in the picture, but it's mainly spikes similar to Sharv. There's not a lot of female lizard folks to use, unfortunately. So I gotta make do. But she goes, "Oh well, welcome back, brother." And she gives him a big hug, and then she says, "You're his friends. I'm Motion, of course. I'm one of the caretakers here."
Motion, it's nice to meet you. I'm sorry I haven't heard more about you. It's just a pleasure.
Oh, of course. And what brings you to the tribe? I thought, Sora, I thought you were at that magic school on the other side of the Gladria. And Sora says, "Well, we got it transported here. It's a long story. I could tell you inside." And Motion's like, "Oh well, if that case, just make yourselves at home. Just make sure not to go in these tents here." She points to those two small tents. That's where most of the eggs are kept. And just don't mess with that. The guards get very hesitant if a non-lizard folk approaches them. Of course, it makes sense. But you're welcome here to stay in our tent, or if you wish to go into the center tent, you could do that as well.
Okay.
So it says, come, Mom and Dad would love to meet you, and Pace wants to hear about your studies too, of course." And then she kind of pulls Sora's arm and kind of drags him to the center tent. What do you all do?
Follow.
All right.
I gotta see Sora's mom, bro.
All right.
Gotta give her that riz, you know?
As you go in, you see that this tent, it has a couple of eggs on the side, but mainly you just see two and a bunch of young lizard folk children in the center. It seems like they're being taught how to learn to speak languages or what have you. And you see Sora's mom, which looks like this, and you see Sora's dad, which looks like this. They seem to be wearing more fitting clothes. It seems definitely shows them status of like caretakers, a little bit more nicer clothing that Sora would wear. And he says, "Hey Mom, hey Dad, I'm home. And then Moshe's like, see, Soar's home. He said he teleported over here and he brought some friends. And then his mom says, Motion, calm down, sweetheart. You're going too fast again. She goes, oh. She goes, see, go bring Pace over so that she can see her brother. She goes, yes, mom, mother, of course. Excuse me. She quickly gets out. She goes, oh, well, Soar, it's nice to get you bring. So weird for you to come. Who are your friends here?
I'm Sanctus. I ran into Zor a few weeks ago.
Newly acquired friends, then, I see. And then Sorsta's like, he goes up to Sorsta's, hey, Sor, my blue scale, what's up? He goes, nothing much, Dad. He goes, why are you here? I thought you were reading books at that school to control your powers. And Sor says, yeah, it's a long story. If you got time, of course. He goes, Sor's dad goes, yes, of course. I just need to make sure that the children are asleep. And then, like, he's turned, says, Nimble, dear, would you be able to send the children off to bed earlier? She goes, oh, yes, of course, my love, I would do so. And then she goes, tends to the kids. This is why I hope to have Joseph here, but it is what it is.
I now have your.
He's gonna be pissed.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, would you guys like to say or do anything?
Do I try to rizz up his dad? Man, I just want to go to the blacksmith, bro.
Hey, you can do that if you want to do it.
His mom ain't worth it, bro. He's gonna come over here and whoop my ass. Like, what'd you say about my character's mom?
What about his sister?
Jesus.
No, I think we should let them maybe catch up a little bit, and we can meet up with him at a later time.
At this point, Motion pulls another female lizard folk who is more taller than her, and actually not as tall as you, Momac, but she's as tall to your chest. Motion goes, look, see, there's Soar. Soar is here. So Soar brought him and his friends, and at this point, Pace then says, Motion, just go tend to the eggs, please. You're hyperactive here. She goes, oh, yes, of course. And then she, like excitedly goes towards the eggs. She goes, oh, it's nice to meet you all. I'm Pace. I'm Soar's older sister.
By the way, guys, I'm 7'8", so this lizard folk is like 7 foot.
Yeah, she's tall. She's tall, and she's same thing as Motion, similar caretaker's outfit, but probably a bit more prestige work, for lack of a better term. She has this type of coloration on her scales, and she has the same spikes as Sword, but they're red. So. So she goes, so Sword. She kind of like walked past you, like, how'd you get here? She goes, it's a long story. And then he kind of towards you guys says, do you guys want to stay here, or do you guys, because you guys can go around and look around if you want. I could catch up with you later.
Yeah, man, I'm probably gonna head over to the blacksmith sword. Let me know what happens. You catch up with your family, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure he doesn't get in trouble and get us all kicked out.
I won't pickpocket anybody.
Sora says, please don't do anything bad. It's my home, please.
I'll let him respect.
Alright. And at this point, Pace closes the tent, and I guess some talking happens. But I know Momax going to the blacksmith, so what is everyone else doing?
I'll go with him.
I'd like to see a blacksmith.
Yeah.
Alright.
Tyler, I have a question.
Rena and Artemis will go to the center tent, trying to figure out more about Rena's journaling. You were saying something, Momax?
It has been a day since the Orc Village, right? It's been like a day and a half.
Well, it's almost the end of this day. but
I'm
like
saying, but we traveled like a day and a half since Orc Village. right?
this is still that same day. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Almost.
So I wouldn't have guidance.
At this point in time, no.
Okay.
Alrighty. So let me just put everyone's tokens here. And we'll say within that time frame, Sharif and Cray join you guys into the fray.
I can cast guidance on you, boss. That's a cantrip for me.
Okay. Yeah. Sick. That would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
very good. I might try to upgrade.
All right. But you guys all meet with one another.
I'm just gonna
Sure, there
Hey,
they are.
hey, Cherie, what's up? Is it here?
Sure.
Sheriff? Oh, he's muted.
Oh no.
That's how Cherie. How you doing, bro? I'm just gonna watch this. Go into the tent.
Right.
Yacht, you are muted if you're trying to say something.
There we go.
All right. We'll move on. All right.
I think the. Oh wait, no, that was Joey. Never mind. I was gonna say I think the Taco Bell got him. But
No, that's me. It almost hit again, but I'm touging it out.
Alrighty. So you go in and it's a very messy blacksmith shop. There's smoke coming out of it. There's like a fire there, and there's like parts and bits scattered all about. And you just see this weird slender gecko with like his face is just painted with like whites and soot and what have you. And he's just scratching. He goes, "Yes, yes, yes. What do you want? What do you want?"
I'm just gonna step in. Would you happen to have any goods for sale?
Goods? Maybe. What you want? He's kind of like sniffing like this weird soot on his face, and he's like smelling as he's speaking to you.
Perhaps some armor.
Armor, yeah, armor. I can do that. I can do that. Yep. What armor you like? What armor you like? What armor you want me to build?
What would medium armor be? Like scale mail, probably. Well, actually, can I show him my armor? My Cave Fisher Carapace armor.
All right, you present it to them. He quickly snatches it and expects it. He goes, "This from Bug. This from Bug." He like knocks on it. He goes, "Made out of carapace." He kind of like licks it. He goes, He smells it and inspects it more.
Do you do like trade-ins, or is there anything you can do?
I can do trade. What you want? What you want?
What armors do you have?
What you want?
Tyler, I'm not gonna.
What you want? What you want for armor? I can trade stuff. And like he tosses the armor back. He goes into a junk pile. He says, "See, I could do this," and he pulls out like some scale mail. He like tosses it around. He's like, "I could do this." He has like some bits and pieces of like plate armor that isn't really like a full set, but it's like mismatched and what have you. And then he pulls it and goes, "I could do this," and it's like a cracked breastplate. He goes, "Oh, not this. This broke." And then he tosses it, and then he goes deep. He's like, "Oh, I found weird halberd thingy." And then he tosses like an actually nice looking halberd onto the ground.
Could I inspect the halberd?
Make an intelligence check.
Well, that's going on. I'm afraid it's gonna. So where are you getting all these mismatched? Do you just make them one piece at a time, or?
We make them, we find them, we trade them, we use broken pieces, and then he goes on and on and on and on and on about the many possible ways he has acquired such things. Like he has, like he prepared it like right off the bat, and he's saying this in this weird, fast way. You're like, okay, damn. Seems like he gets it from anywhere and anywhere that he can find, kill, salvage, what have you.
Can I go over to the bin and see if there's anything actually useful in there?
Make a perception check.
Oh, no.
What you got on the intelligence check, by the way?
5.
5? It's a good-looking halberd.
13 on perception. I'm
You
gonna use inspiration. On
Sure.
that.
Sure.
What's the inspiration? A D6?
It's inspiration's just a reroll, so.
Oh, okay. 21.
So you look around in the junk pile, and what are you looking for again?
Either half plate or breastplate.
You look around, you try to dig through all this garbage and junk and broken stuff. You actually find a breastplate that is actually well in good condition. It has some weird engravings on it. What languages do you know?
Abyssal, Common, Draconic, and Giant.
It's in Giant. It's weird. It's like, how the hell? It's like, he's like, the fuck? How did this get here? And you inspect it more, and you can tell that this is a breastplate of... I'm reading my notes. It is a breastplate of giant strength, and you can tell like this could like boost up your strength a bit.
Okay. Could I... What does it actually do? Can I make like an Arcana check?
Sure, make an Arcana check.
Did somebody say Arcana?
14.
You inspect the rune, and it just says the word power. So most likely it has something to do when you use it. And Sanctus and Jizargo just creep up on you as you are reading
I'm
it.
grabbing the plate. I grab the armor, and I go over to him. How much for this? How much for this?
Give armor, and then he like quickly snatches the ring. He goes to.
And remember the trade-in? That other armor's worth 400.
He looks at the armor. He says, "This hard as rock," and then he like hits it, and then this just shell, and he like hits it, and a little bit of hollow noise comes out. He says, "This not even trade."
How much money you want?
Don't make fun of voice.
I try to go to culture and represent and be nice. Sorry, no mean to offend. No mean to offend.
Where's Sharif when you need him?
yeah.
Sharif, you back?
I am, but I said Sharif was going to the middle tent and taking a nap.
Oh,
okay.
my apologies, my friend. He says, "What else you got to trade?"
Money.
What else? What other stuff you got?
I got a
Meat.
trident. I got a
Meat.
trident.
And I just dump out 112 pieces of meat. Just meat everywhere.
Me don't trade in meat. We can find meat everywhere.
I walk up and I have the Mace of Disruption out.
Get the fuck out of here.
He looks at he looks at the mace and like he quickly snatches it from your hands and inspects it, and then he just like tosses it in some random trash bin, and all of a sudden like it gives a weird wavy effect as part of it, like when it hits like demonic shit, like something bad happens. But like he's like, ugh! And then he kind of looks, he goes, oh, he's like, He kind of just looks at the damage of some weird rock thing that was there that the mace like disrupts. He goes, mace and armor for breastplate, you got yourself a deal.
Dude, no, you're not using my armor in the trade.
No, I have my own breastplate. I handle.
Oh, okay, deal. Yeah.
He looks at your person and says, I have too many of those. Need better trade.
Wait, no, he literally just said the mace and the armor for the armor.
Mace and shell armor for armor.
Yeah.
You don't want a regular breastplate. Here, Mumak, you can have my breastplate.
What? No! I want the giant special one.
What do you shoot a gun with dexterity, dude.
I also have a great sword.
Yeah, you don't get up in combat like that.
Alright, what does the armor actually do?
Alright, you accept the deal first off? Yes or no?
Sure, but alright, let's whoever's better for gets it though.
You accept the deal. He'll take the shell one, and he'll just toss it in a random pile. Then he takes the mace and he throws it in another area. And again, that wavy effect like goes off when it comes in contact with anything demonic. Which Sanctus, you get it off, and you're like, does this lizard have some demonic shit in here?
So as he's doing that, did I see where he threw the mace?
Yeah, he tossed it in a junk pile like over here.
I'm gonna slowly make my way over there as he's looking at the armor, and I'm gonna try and pick up the mace again.
Make a perception check to see if you can find the mace.
Perception.
Oof.
Yeah, 5.
You look in the same general area and you look around and you're like, the fuck is the mace? It was here. He tossed it here. And you kind of look around and everything else, but you don't find in it. And you're like, how does this dude find his shit? You have a breastplate of giant strength, so it increases your strength score by 1. It's +2 breastplate, and equal to your proficiency bonus. Whenever you would hit with a melee attack, you could deal an extra damage die.
And you're a what right now?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a
Whoever-
Hexblade Warlock.
Ooh. Fuck you. Give me your other breastplate. It's
Alright.
normal breastplate, right?
It's normal breastplate, yeah. But you can upgrade that.
No, it's +3.
No, his old breastplate.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so you have a +2 breastplate now, and you need to attune to it, though. That's the only issue.
That's fine.
Can I go over the pile and look as well?
Make a perception check.
Well, would my gem of true sight be any use here at all?
It can be. You trying to see
Oh.
if there's anything valuable with it, I'll give it to you with advantage.
Alright, hold on, where is it? The fuck's that? I'm dead. Here we go. Okay, so I have a true sight for 10 minutes, 120 feet. Okay. So I'll use a charge.
Okay, you use a charge.
And I can make perception at advantage.
Yep.
Okay. That is a 17 and a 18.
Yeah, so firstly, you found the fucking mace through it.
Okay.
Somehow it got into the middle of a pile, and Fender was just looking in the wrong pile. You also find some weird, like, goblet, and you also find some weird rock. And it's not like your ordinary rock.
Can I make an Arcana check?
On what?
We'll do the goblet.
Alright, you look at the goblet, you pull it out, and seems like to be a goblet that is encrusted. It's a gold goblet, and it seems to be encrusted with a few jewels. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
18.
This seems like to be a goblet of everlasting liquid. Basically what it does is that you put a drop of whatever liquid substance and it creates a cup size for that substance.
Oh, okay. What about the rock?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check on the rock.
14.
You pull out a rock and it has some like weird like carvings of like eyes on it. You look around it, but you don't really sense like, okay, how is this magical? This seems like to be a rock with carved eyes on it.
Can I take both of them? You know what? Can I have perhaps Forgatron help me with sleight of hand, like have him grab the rock and eat it, and then I stuff the goblet in my backpack?
So if you would try, you would have to make a sleight of hand check.
Can I do a distraction? Like
What?
fall
Like
into
how
the
you?
pile?
Like how you? You want to fall into the pile?
Yeah, I want to either start rooting for the pile and then trip and
Go
fall.
to the other side of the room, because he's gonna look towards us.
Well, I need role play implications here before you do anything. So we're not gonna. So like just to avoid metagaming, what have you? Because if you want a sleight of hand, you can. But if you were trying to role play to give him advantage, you could certainly try. What is
Right.
everyone's passive perceptions? First off, I don't need yours, Momac. You're good.
And Forgatron has 16.
All right,
11.
11.
11.
I'd go
15.
15.
Jazar goes what?
15.
15? 14?
Yeah.
Yep.
15, 5.
Alrighty. Momac, go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. Just make a regular roll first, and then I'm gonna need. How do you role play this, Fender?
I'm just gonna kind of pick up, like
So,
look through his piles of junk, looking for more giant runes because I can read giant as well. And then I'm gonna trip over a pile and just start grumbling to myself, trying to make a scene, so that he can.
So a normal
Any-
sleight of hand.
Well, 1 second.
Do I get that birthday?
Well, give me a
inspiration
second here. So, do you say anything like while you're falling, or do you just like pretend you're like whoops and just fall into it?
Yeah, as I trip, I just complain like, "Oh, why is there so many piles of junk everywhere? If you're throwing armor on the ground into these piles, how do you sort anything? How do you find anything?
Make a
Man,
Go ahead.
you need an organization system."
Make a performance check.
And plus 0. Come on.
Come on, don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Oh.
Very convincing.
You think it was convincing, but like he's. Let me make a roll here. Okay, well, it's definitely higher than the 8. He looks at you and says, "What are you doing? Stop messing with my stuff." And he kind of goes over here and looks towards this general direction. So go ahead and just make a regular sleight of hand check, as he seems to be looking in your guys' general direction.
So, is Forkatron considered as helping me because he's taking the rock and I'm trying to get the goblet?
In this scenario, you would not be able to because you're technically sleight of handing 2 items simultaneously, and
Okay.
you just caught this guy's attention.
Alright. That is a 10. Do I
Alright.
get that birthday inspiration yet?
One sec. We could check. Would you like to? Well, go ahead and roll a d20. On a 10 or less, you sleight of hand the rock. On 11 or higher, you sleight of hand the goblet. With that check, and based on what I rolled, you can sleight of hand one of the items, but he'll catch you doing the second.
A normal d20?
Normal d20, 10 or less, it's the rock. 11 or higher, it's the goblet.
Rock.
Alright, you're able to conceal the rock in Forkatron's mouth, but the moment he sees you try to conceal the shiny goblet, he goes, "Hey!" He just grabs like a nearby item and he's gonna make an attack roll against you as he tosses.
Can I... Okay.
Does a 15 hit you?
No.
No? Alright, you dodge out of the way, and as you're doing so, your Sophie says, "Drop goblet! Stop stealing stuff! Don't steal my stuff!"
I want to shoot the guy.
He runs up to you and he tries to snatch the goblet off you. You go,
So am I still holding it?
you're still holding it at this point. He's running towards you and about to grab it. Do you do anything?
Oh my god.
Keep away.
I'm gonna cast grease while he's running. And then,
Alright.
and then run.
No,
I'm
more
running
back,
out.
no.
And then I'm running out of town.
Alright. What
of
save is it? Hold on. You guys don't get to leave straight away clean. We might have to roll initiative.
It's a
What save do I have to make?
17 dex.
Yeah, I rolled a 6, even with the +3. So
And-
he
and
slips, and you try to run, and
So
as
he's prone.
he's prone right now, and you want to try to run for it?
You know what? I'm trying to think. There's. What's the full map? Is there? Can I see?
It's a big continent. Like the map that I showed you is meant to be bigger than what it is.
Just this town.
Oh.
Because there were like carts on each corner, right?
No, those are not carts. Those are
Ramparts?
watchtowers.
Alright,
Watchtowers.
well, so there's no guards here?
There's guards over there. This is just a representation of the map, and the map is meant to be bigger. So let me go back to
Alright.
the blacksmith. So what are you doing?
Run out of that west exit area.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
going to use my shove attack and shove him to the ground. Make sure, yes, so that way you own up to some of your
All right.
problems.
What does everyone else do?
Any way to
Does Largo-
support making him behave and
If
Oh,
you
no.
shove me and I have to shoot these
Well,
people,
hold
that's
up,
on
hold
you.
up, hold on. Before anything, I need to know what everyone else is doing. So,
Just
you're...
go take a step back, hands up, not associating.
Fender, you do anything?
Keep away, keep away.
Alright, Cray, what are you doing?
Any like way I can help? What's her name? Sanctus?
Yeah.
Yeah, help them make Momaka like own up.
Womack?
Yeah, sorry.
Alright,
Like just meeting you.
What?
go ahead, Sora, go ahead and make an attack roll using your strength modifier at advantage, since Cray is assisting you.
Alright, so so with my shove attack, it's my athletics, because that's...
No, it's just, it would be treated as an attack roll.
Forgatron can use deflect, so it's gonna be normal.
Alright, so I'll allow that. So make it a regular attack roll.
Strength attack roll. Just like an unarmed attack, you think?
Yeah.
If it was me, I wouldn't.
Let's see here. That's a 17.
My AC's 16.
Alright,
So you get shoved 5 feet back.
alright.
Which way? So like here? Down?
Yeah,
Side?
the
Into your
door.
grease, basically. Into your grease.
Oh,
My goal is to shove you back into-
directionally, you're here.
Right, but...
Alright, we're not gonna have this like player vs player combat. So where would you like to shove him?
into his grease, right next to the guy on the ground.
Alright, make a dex save, Womack. Against your own DC.
16, I fail.
So this scene goes like, Jazara's like, whoa, wait a minute. Fender's ready to do something. And then Cray and Sanctus see Womack try to run. Cray tries to assist, however, Forgatron gets in the way, and Sanctus, you just even though you're not as big as Womack, you just shove him just enough right into the grease trap, in which Womack slips and falls. At this point, the Lizardfolk guard comes in and says, "What's going on?" And Shake, who is the blacksmith, the quote-unquote blacksmith, he says, "Hey, big man, trying to steal my goblet, shiny goblet."
Can I... What's the tent made out of?
It is,
Lord.
Oh no, he's gonna burn the
Cloth?
tent down.
No. Just cloth?
yeah, it's like traditional tent cloth. Yep.
Can I put a great sword to this guy's neck and take him hostage?
All right, we have to
done
make.
this, Sanctus.
Alrighty, I'm good. You could make an athletics check. I'll make a acrobatics check for the lizardfolk.
Is Forgatron allowed to help me?
And in this instance, no.
Like grab it, okay. 23 on athletics.
Yeah, you grab him and like you hold this great sword, and at this point the guards like give a woof woof whistle, and this is where we're gonna have to end the session tonight.
Sanctus, you need to learn when not to do shit. If you didn't message me, I would have been out of here free and clear.
Well, you gotta remember that it's lawful good here.
The reason I assist is because it's Sharif's people, and I like Sharif, so
I like sword. I'm not gonna let this.
All right,
Next game,
so
if-
we'll see what happens next time. A lot of stuff will happen. So,
If I cast second level catapult on you, that's on you.
all right. So we are gonna end the stream here tonight. So till then, we'll see you next time. See you later.
alright.